Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes, what is ours to do in life, but with a lowercase l. So this month we're focusing on the theme of engaging, embracing, and empowering life. And what do I mean by that? Well, fully engaging life, this lowercase l life, meaning this human experience, and that means being present, being conscious, being involved and active in our own lives, not sleepwalking through life on automatic pilot. How many of us have actually driven someplace and then wonder how we got there? Where has our mind been? We do. Sometimes automatic pilot works well for us, but other times it's good to be conscious and aware and mindful. Number 2, deeply embracing life, and this is the uppercase L, life, meaning the greater life, the life of God. And it means realizing that there's a power for good in this universe, and we can use it. It's always available to us. And we can use it to make conscious connection with that power. And then empowering our life, both our human life and our greater life, means standing strong in who and whose we are. Whose we are. For we are spirits. Knowing that all this leads to an extraordinary experience of life. And I've said a very important statement this month, and I want us to review it a bit to lay the foundation for our work here today. Who you are and the power you are is extraordinary. Who you are and the power you are is extraordinary. So, you remember these two from the first 2 weeks of this month? These are really good, and I want us to say them one more time. So say these after me. I am the mighty ocean in a drop of water.
I am the mighty ocean in a drop of water.
And as such, I have the power of the ocean at my fingertips.
I have the power of the ocean at my fingertips.
I am a vehicle of concentrated God stuff.
I am a vehicle of concentrated God stuff.
And as such,
I
I have the power of God concentrate at my disposal.
have the power of God concentrate at my disposal.
I am the formed expression of the infinite unformed.
I am the form expression of the infinite unformed.
And as such, I have the power to form the infinite unformed.
I have the power to form the infinite unformed.
I am a singular manifestation of all that is.
I am a singular manifestation of all that is.
And as such, all that is me.
All that is me.
I am a point of light in the eternal sun.
I am a point of light in the eternal sun.
And as such, it is my birthright to shine.
It is my birthright to shine.
I am a perfect creation of the Creator of all.
I am a perfect creation of the Creator of all.
And as such,
Such,
I am a creator.
I am a creator.
Okay, so far this month we've spent 2 weeks aligning with who we are, who we really are, and with building some passion and enthusiasm for that. And then last week, thank you, Suzanne, she had you releasing what might be standing in the way of our expressing who we really are by making peace with our past. So today we're going to build on our explorations of the month so far as we look at what is ours to do to engage life and to embrace life. So who remembers their first exposure to the spiritual teachings of what powerful creators that we are? Remembers that first experience? Was it a lecture? Was it a book? What was it? A book? A book? Yeah?
Birth of my baby, first baby.
There you go.
The magic of believing.
The magic of believing. Okay, so didn't you get so excited about it when this first came into your experience? And my question is, did you think that your excitement, your passion alone would take you where you wanted to go when you read this? And, the answer is perhaps yes. You're getting all excited about this and it's like, okay, this is awesome. This sounds so right and feels so good. And did it? Did it take you where you wanted to go? Yeah. Maybe not so much. Okay, remember we can absolutely 100% without a doubt rely on the principle of life itself for all that we have or ever shall need. It is not some power or a great power, it is all power. I think sometimes we get on the track and then we get off, we forget. And it's good to get back on and be reminded again. And then, as Ernest Holmes said, we must feel it, we must know it, and then act as though it were true. Act as though it were true. Mike Dooley, in his great book, Leveraging the Universe, 7 Steps to Engaging Life's Magic, which we're putting on our list because I think this is another great book, he writes, we must avail ourselves of the universe's magic. There's that word. We must go out into the world so that our manifestation can reach us, so that little serendipities, coincidence, and happy accidents can fall onto our path that wouldn't have otherwise if we'd sat home waiting for a breakthrough. So we can get very excited about how life works and the idea of the power that we are and have. And then we can get very discouraged when things don't seem to work out the way we intended. Could it be that we have been a bit like the man who prayed and prayed to win the lottery but never bought a ticket? We've all heard that ancient joke, right? We have to do our part. Here's a piece that is sometimes missing from our spiritual teachings, because it's like, this is great. But here's the piece that is missing a lot of times. What is ours to do? What is ours to do? Taking action, I like to call it inspired action, divinely guided action, is critically important on this journey of engaging life and embracing life. But there's more than just taking action, even inspired, divinely guided action. It's differentiating between what we will do and what we'll delegate to the universe. I want to suggest a very specific plan of action to help make the differentiation. In your mind's eye or on a piece of paper, and I'm going to actually help you imagine this because you're going to draw a large triangle. This triangle will ultimately contain all of the action steps necessary for a single dream of yours to come true. So it's important that it be large enough for you to write many words and phrases inside of it. So now I want you to draw a vertical line. You're going to cut the triangle in half from top to bottom. That means starting at the top of the triangle where the point is and drawing a straight line down the center to the triangle's base. On the bottom left of the triangle, write your name, and in the bottom right, write God, or universe, source, Harry, or even life. I think life works. You can create a triangle for any and all of your dreams, such as a new car. Look at that. Okay. An improved relationship, a new career, health, anything you can dream of, okay? However, each dream needs to have its own triangle. So make sure you label each by writing your dream at the top of the triangle. On your side of the triangle, think of and write down anything and everything you could do to further your advancement toward the realization of your dream. I don't know if so you've got whatever your dream is at the top. There you go. List 20 things you can do to achieve your goal. Try to get 20 things in there that you can do. Some may be ridiculous, some you may never do, but just write them to get the juices flowing. With this activity, you're going to be stirring the pot, so to speak. So here are some ideas if you want to change or improve your career, your work, or your livelihood. If you're in sales, make more cold calls or warm introductions. Start or continue refining your education. Obtain licenses, certifications, websites, and or business cards. Create a business plan. Actively seek or strategize or find new partners, investors, customers, and so on. Ask mentors for help. You're just getting creative. You're just writing down 20 things you could do. Read how-to books and success stories of those who have gone before you. Find someone who's done this before, that has done it well, and find out what they did. Help others who want what you want. This is a great way to get a new perspective on your own situation. Now, I know sometimes we don't want a change like this, but we want a change like this, but we don't know how to explain exactly, specifically what it is we want. And if that's the case, keep doing what you're already doing, but just make it better. Be the best. If you want to be the top cashier someplace and I'm just using a supermarket, you're a bagger, be the best bagger you can be in the supermarket. Wherever you are, be the best that you can be, and do it better. So on your side of your triangle, you write down ways in which you could be doing things better, where you are currently doing what you're doing. And you write down ways you could hone your skills and become a master of what's before you right now in your day-to-day life. Okay, so we got that? All right. So remember, a separate triangle for every area of your life. The other side of the triangle is where you're going to put in what the universe can do for you. You're going to list what the universe can do for you. Think of the possible miracles. Now, you're not going to be limiting yourself. You're just going to be imagining what the possible miracles, the serendipities, the happy accidents that you might experience, all of which could also help you advance towards the realization of your dreams. Some examples are that the universe could help you unexpectedly meet new people who have been looking for what you have to offer. Give you a bright idea that will not only change your life, but also change the world. Provide inspiration and motivation when you most need it. Resolve inner conflicts, arrange circumstances to ease your journey. Open your eyes to new possibilities. Help you negotiate and transcend obstacles or tricky people. Remove distractions that aren't serving you. Hone your skills and improve your talents. Install confidence. Accumulate physical resources and summon new opportunities. Reveal your negative thinking and limiting beliefs. Okay, everybody getting the pictures? Okay. So this also came from Mike Dooley's book, which is pretty inspirational. But here's a really important point. Realize that even if you did absolutely everything that you've put on your side of the triangle, it will never be enough to bring forth the life of your dreams. And if the universe was all geared up to rock and roll on your behalf and ready and willing and able to do everything on its side of the triangle, which it is always ready to do, yet you weren't doing your part, progress would be impossible. Here's the deal. If you don't do all that you can with what you have from where you are, your side of the triangle, the universe cannot do all it can for you. But when you do, it can. Sets it in motion. Said another way by Abraham Lincoln, without divine assistance, I cannot succeed. With it, I cannot fail. Oh, you know your quotes. That's awesome. This is how we engage life and really fully embrace life. The more we do with our life, the more life can do for us. Each of our baby steps increases exponentially life's ability to reach us. In a note from the universe, which Mike Dooley also writes, little tiny dreams require little tiny thoughts and little tiny steps. Great big dreams require great big thoughts and little tiny steps. Do I paint a clear picture? The universe. In The Science of Mind, Holmes writes, we must realize that there is one infinite mind which is consciously directing our destiny. Declare every day that there is one supreme intelligence which governs, guides, and guards, tells me what to do, when to act, and how to act. Having done this in perfect faith, act with perfect assurance. But wait, you might say, isn't this all this talk about taking action, about doing all you can with what you have from where you are, really just messing with the cursed hows, as Mike Dooley calls them? I thought the how was God's job. On first blush, it seems so, but it isn't. What differentiates the how from doing all you can with what you have from where you are is not what you do, but how you view what you are doing. If you view the things on your side of the triangle as how you're going to make your big dream come true, then they are cursed hows. And eventually you'll feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You're trying to make something happen. Has anyone ever felt that? I know I have. However, if you view them as your way of embracing life and harnessing the power that is around, through, and as you, then instead of seeing yourself as the one responsible for hitting the home run in your life, your action steps become pitches to the universe so that the universe can hit the home run for you. You don't have to hit the home run. You don't have to make anything happen. It's not up to us to make it happen, right? No one step is the answer. But you take all of the steps you know to take so that you are available when the universe takes its steps. My challenge to you this week is to make a pyramid, or 2 or 3 or 4, or however many you want to make. Identify what is yours to do, and then just start doing it. Sometimes the hardest thing is to just start, right? It's to just take that first step. Identify what is God's to do, and then stay out of that. Let God do God's job. Here's a final note from the universe, which pretty much sums up what we've talked about this morning. It's true, the early bird gets the worm. So does the late bird and the bird in between. Because by design, there are always more than enough worms. In fact, the only bird that doesn't get a worm is the bird that doesn't go out and get one. Oh, to be alive, the universe. And so it is.